see the life I dey live, I dey live on my way. If the pain too much, I go call on my lady. When this bed we don't drop, all the girls must down. Downs.
Oh, hey guys, this is Jahvair Mullings, IFBB Pro Jahvair Mullings. I'm Alpha Supps' newest men's Physique Pro athlete, and yeah, I'm here just getting a leg workout in, and you know, fueled by Alpha Supps. So let's get it. I forgot I should have brought my shorts. It looks like I'm gonna be like Sean Faridas and training legs and sweatpants. I started taking serious around 2018. I turned 2019. So that's really when it's really when it's like it started becoming like something I'm like, okay, I gotta. Although, I mean, I've always been working out, like I said, I was that Division I athlete, so I was always training, that never changed. But as for bodybuilding, I'd say around 2016, 17, I knew about it and I started training and stuff, and then 2019 was when I became pro, and then that's when I really started digging into it, and it become like, I didn't know I was going to get as far as I did at this level, but at that time it was just something to challenge myself. Like, I've always been like competitive, so I think like after leaving college and stuff, and like not losing that, you didn't want to lose that competitive side, so finding bodybuilding kind of give you that competitiveness. So I kind of like just got into it, and here we are, So it's been an interesting journey, but a fun one though. I have my ups and downs with it. So looking at the St. Louis Pro next weekend, April 19th. So that's the goal right now, is to try to get my body back, so we can, see how we look getting into that show next weekend. So we'll make a concrete decision by the end of the week, because we have a week to enter. So we'll see how the rebound goes, and hopefully that will be the next one. So right now, after that, I'm taking it show by show, so I have no plans. I don't know what's next after that. For me, it's important to just focus on the next one and not think too much ahead. So that's kind of I better manage stuff like that, manage things that way, like one thing at a time. So we'll see if that works out perfect. We can take it from there, depending on the results, and see where we go next. Every day is like a task. If you're like, we leave just left from work, coming to the gym, it's. But we do it because we love bodybuilding. When I decide to do something, I always feel like I have to give it 100, because I hate losing. So this is my adrenaline. Yeah, so it's a melon flavor. Right now it's just about hydration. I don't have no pre-workouts. So this is the kind of what's been getting me through. So the iodine, the EAs, and the extra electrolytes. So yeah, this is basically, I feel like for me it's a treat. Yeah, it's like it says my soup is, so I just like sip it. I just sip it because I don't want it to be finished. So that's kind of what I use it as. It's like, I look forward to working it because I'm like, okay, I get to sip on it, So I'm Jamaican, so like track and field is like a rite of passage. So I ran track all the way up to like high school, the highest level in high school, and at the same time I was also playing tennis, and I got good at tennis actually. So yeah, so basically I got a tennis scholarship to come to the US, and that's kind of how that happened. And after college is when I start. I was in New York living with my family at the time, and I wasn't playing tennis anymore because college was finished and I didn't have anyone to play with. I just started going to the gym, and a guy in the gym just was like, "Yeah, you have a nice, you started like building muscle. You know, tennis training is a lot different from, you try not to be as much. You don't want to be muscular, right? So at that time, I know, after school, I'm in the gym focusing on just wanting to have muscle. And a guy at the gym just came up to me and asked me, he's like, "Hey, you ever competed before?" And I was like, "What is that?" And he was trying to show me some videos at the time. I was like, "Oh, this looks interesting." And then he was like, "Yeah, you should definitely try it, man. You have the shape." And that's kind of like what intrigued me, and like, kind of going through it. The diet sucks, and it still sucks up to this day. But the gratification you get when you look at yourself, like the results, and just when you look at yourself that day of competition, you're like, "Wow, I'm able to do this." It's like a different feeling. So if it was easy, everyone would do it. So we ran a couple pro shows. Was number 11th at the world in 2022 at the Mr. Olympia. So like, you never know where stuff can take you. I'm hopefully looking to get back to the Olympia this year. So yeah, man. So that's it. So that's we'll see what happens. And I'm the HRA manager. Yeah, so that's my full time job. I mean, I was a trainer and stuff. I mean, I think like for me, it was important to do. It's important to do something else. It makes me excited to get to the gym. When I was training clients, and I mean, it was so hard for me to work out, man. It was hard for me to be motivated. So doing what I do now, it's like at the end of the day, I look forward to coming to the gym and working out because I'm not in the gym all day. So and then online training as well. Something that I do when I'm like building back into getting like the online based training based going. So once I get that going, I'll definitely be, you know, letting everyone know once we're ready to get going with that. So some chicken tilapia to make so support to protein right now. A lot of asparagus. Um, and yeah, it's just like some rice. Maybe I have like a couple grams of rice. Around 100 grams of rice per workout. As carb source, about we have, I want to say 45 grams of oatmeal in the morning. So that's about my carbs for the day. So pretty low carb right now. Obviously getting depleted and trying to get ready to compete, but I really don't know damn, I don't know the macros. Definitely not a lot of food though. I know that for sure. But I don't know the numbers. I don't know. I like it like that, honestly. I just like just. I mean, I think that's why when I coach, it's like just tell me what to eat. Like I don't want to know the numbers. I don't want. For me, it's like the simplest the better. The moment I start thinking about numbers, then it just complicates everything for me. So I just let me know what I want, what I need to eat, and it's like and I just follow the plan. So I'm working with Colin underscore pro athlete. He's based in the UK. Last week was our first show together. And yeah, it's been great, man. Like he's an amazing coach, listens, which is very important. And so definitely trust what he's doing. And I would say probably this prep has been somewhat like the easiest prep I've ever done in probably since I've been bodybuilding, honestly. Maybe it's also because I came off over a year and some months break, so my body's probably fresh and mind is fresh. But like this has been pretty easy prep, like easier prep than usual. I needed a break. I needed to there's other stuff I needed to focus on mental wise. You can just tell when your body's tired, mentally you're tired. Like it wasn't fun anymore. And I just needed a break, and I needed to step away and just focus on other things and do other things. And so that was a decision that I made for myself at that time, because I think like it's tough because everyone you get a lot of messages and Instagram of people asking me when you competing again, etc. etc. Because everyone is excited, everybody wants to see it, and I get like everyone sees the potential, right? Oh, everyone you get it all the time, man. Your physique is amazing, and sometimes that can also put a lot of pressure. You put a lot of pressure on yourself, right? And also to like you feel like you're doing it because of what of other people wanting to see you step on stage, and not because like you want to step on stage. And I think at this time around, I think I'm doing it more because it was something that I said I'm ready to get back at it, and not because like you have everyone telling me that you're too good not to be on stage, you need to compete, compete, compete. So yeah, it's a little different at this time around, but yeah, definitely. I felt like I felt like I had the break, and I felt like okay, let me get back and do it, and get back into it, and kind of see where I'm at. As the division changes every year. The guys get better, so it definitely doesn't get easier. Um, so yeah, so just like you just kind of want to still keep yourself into that position where you can still do well. I was there. So my first one was 2021. So my first Olympia. Yeah, that was when they had it in Orlando. I think that one was pretty. It's the first one. You've always like since bodybuilding, the goal has always been going to the Olympia. Um, you finally made it there. Oh yeah, first one was more like wow, like a wow experience. It's just like you're like, damn, like this is really happening. You're at the Olympia. Just like seeing a lot of the guys that you have seen on social media, you follow, like, you have done like your workouts back in the days, like when you were coming up. It was definitely like one of those experiences, something that you remember for the rest of your life. And then 2022 was the one that I went to, and that was when I took 11th. That was in Vegas too, so that was also a different experience, different city. Vegas is a whole different world in itself. So I think like that one, I would say. Not because I was 11th. I feel like that one, I kind of I knew what to expect, so it wasn't as I didn't have that as shocked or like nervousness as I did, I guess. And I felt like also my physique at that time was a lot better. So yeah, that was also it was also that was a great experience, but for different reasons. So yeah, those are some of my two Olympia experience, but hopefully I'll have a couple more. So and with better results. So that's the goal. I've always liked my legs, and I've always liked training them. With men physique, obviously too, like you kind of have to taper off because you don't want to get too big. But so it's good to see that like no, they're encouraging you to show the legs a little bit. So it's not neglected. So chest and shoulders. Um, back I'm actually I've been working on my back. I've been focusing on my back like within the last year or so when I took off, because that's been always like the weak point of my physique is just my back. I've never actually grown to enjoy. Because for some reason I feel like I don't have that mindfulness connection with the back like I do with my other body parts. So it's something that I've been like really had to take some time to correct and get better at training. So yeah, honestly, it just depends on the day, I guess. Whatever, I guess whatever the show goes depends on what I have. Like my go-to dessert, there's like chocolate chip banana bread. So I always feel like that's like something that I have to have. But otherwise, everything else is just it goes by like how I feel. Every time I get to eat some Jamaican food, it's always curry goat and oxtail combo, like together, like, with some rice and peas and some fried plantains. Like session done. We're week 10 days, 9, 10 days out, so nothing too crazy like I would normally do. Just enough to get some blood flow and not keep the legs still somewhat fresh, not too fatigued and inflamed. And yeah, so leg is finished, and yeah, some post workout cardio. I'm gonna jump on here 30 minutes incline walk on the treadmill, and yeah, then look forward to my meal after. So that's it, guys.